Good day, YouTube. How's it going? I'm so glad that you've joined me back in another video. This is Nyasia, and this video is about what kind of sex do you have? And I'm not talking like, I know you like, she's about to get all like, ratchet. Nope. And the sex that I'm talking about is not the physical kind of sex. Everybody has the physical kind of sex. I'm talking about the mental sex. And you like, mental sex? What is that? It's the same thing. It's just that the words are the friction and what stimulates you to get orgasm. So I never knew like that existed until I met my husband, honestly. I was just thinking the other day, like, with all married couples, you have your little situations where, you get on each other's nerve and stuff like that. And, you're like, what happened to the conversations where used to stimulate my mind and stuff like that? I mean, I had dozens and millions of conversations with him, and I realized that the first time that we had a conversation and we sat down when we met, that it was like mental sex, and I just knew from then that I wanted him in my life. And so what mental sex is, it's like when your partner causes you to, sharpens your mind and makes you think about your process, your path, your ideals, or even help you with your creative ideals. And sometimes you might not like what they say, but you know that they're doing it in the intention of out of love, and if you always look at the situation like, what can I learn and what can I get out of this conversation? And I'm talking about like intellectual, stimulated conversations. I'm not talking about like, you can't do this, or, no one's ever done this before and stuff like that. I'm not talking about those kind of words. I'm talking about the type of words that well, how can you do this? How can you earn money from this? You you have these obstacles. How can you make this happen? Or comes up with an idea. Can this idea help your idea? Can you combine this idea to make it greater? Creative, getting just creative with your mind. Sometimes we get into a conversation and physically my body like moves, like, like gets this tingling sensation, the same kind of sensation you get when you're ready to have sex, and he might just be on the phone with me, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, that's one of the reasons why I fell in love with him. And it wasn't really like physical. It was, I'm telling you, like when we had like our first conversation, that's when, I fell in love with him. Like, because it's hard to explain if you never had a conversation with somebody that you felt like you just wanted to get in the bed with. I know it's unusual because I don't hear people having conversations like this. I don't hear them saying like, oh, I had a conversation with him or her and I wanted to have sex with her. And I'm talking about like, not because the way they physically look, because everybody has those kind of conversations, or look at somebody and say physically, yes, they don't even know what the person is saying because they're looking at them physically, okay? But I'm talking about like speaking with them. I mean, not just, thinking about what am I going to say after that person says what they have to say, but really listening to the person, really listening. I mean, really taking in like as if it was food, like consumption, and then letting your mind spark. Your mind just sparks automatically, and that's when you know, like, it's mental sex, you know. And if you haven't had that, oh man, you're missing out, man. That's all I have to say. You're missing out. So for you, those of you who are in relationships, it's you can strive to have that kind of relationship if you want. Nothing is never dead. Okay? Everything can always be changed. You know? And I remember something else he said. Here's a nugget for you guys. We were speaking last night over the phone, and he said, everyone manifests, you know, because they're consciously or unconsciously, and I'm paraphrasing, okay? Everyone manifests consciously and unconsciously. The thing is, you don't want to interfere in someone else's manifestation, meaning your manifestation is not more important than your partner's manifestation. You know, you don't want it to take over their manifestation so they can't grow spiritually. Okay? So a lot of times we be so determined, we be so focused that when we're in a relationship that we forget that it affects our partners. You know? So we have to be consciously aware that, of course, our partner wants the best for us, but we want to make sure that our partner is consciously growing too, and our manifestation is not overshadowing their manifestation. You know? So that's a nugget for you guys. Encourage one another, love one another, and remember, nothing's ever dead. Everything can always be reawoken, and everything can always be changed for the better. And if you're making someone's life better, you know, then why not, right? But never overshadow. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more videos. Give me a thumbs up for conversations like this. Sex, yeah.